What's up, guys? This is Merc Music, and I'm bringing you guys some infected Moab gameplay. This is going to be Knife versus the PP90M1 on Hard Hat. And I'm just going to give you guys a little bit of background information on the gameplay. I know I usually do that. Basically, this was my first game on today. I had no idea that they had done some hot fixes to the infected playlist. And I'm going to cover all those things. However, I just want to kind of cover the basis of how I play for this video. See right here, I could have died and completely ruined this video. But anyway, I had no idea that they had made so many changes. My first game on, the first thing I did is I hid and pressed start to see where they were, because, you know, I wasn't sure what kind of changes were made, and there were a lot of changes. And I'm not exactly sure because I haven't seen the forum that they had posted, because when they first had made the announcement about bringing Infected online, I immediately I immediately checked out the forum. I wanted to know what was going to be, well, I wanted to know exactly what online Infected was going to be about. And, you know, they had told us all of our perks, what guns we were going to have. However, they decided to add the PP90M1, and from my experience of playing, I've only played 4 or 5 games today. I really haven't had that much time to play today. However, I have noticed that they don't have throwing knives anymore, and all I've played is PP90M1, and I'm not sure if that's the case for Striker or, you know, Juggernaut or any of those other variations. However, from what I've seen, there's no more throwing knives. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that doesn't seem right, and I'll talk about that later. However, I want to talk about other things as well. Oh my gosh, I cannot commentate. But yeah, sorry about that. Sorry about all these mistakes. I'm so sorry, guys. But anyway, I wanted to talk about Sleight of Hand versus Scavenger, because when I first spawned in the game, I was like, why do we have Sleight of Hands? Why do we not have Scavenger? I'm not going to have enough ammo to survive. However, once I got my first kill, or I'm pretty sure somebody else got a kill or something like that, I saw the Scavenger pack, and I'm like, okay, they're giving us 2 perks without telling us. This is getting kind of confusing. And to be honest, it is kind of confusing to update the playlist without making, you know, a big notice about it. And right here, I was getting kind of scared because this guy, he was just weaving in and out. He actually was doing very well. And it's at that point when I realized there's no way he has a throwing knife, because somebody wouldn't be trying to play that sneakily, or sneaky, I don't know. Oh my gosh, my brain is poop right now. But anyway, these changes, they're just completely random, had no idea. And apparently there's other variations like PP90M1 versus Mark 46 that's only played on Dome. Correct me if I'm wrong there as well, because I haven't played this enough. I'm sorry that I can't give you guys 100% accurate information. However, from my experience, this is what I've seen, and also what they've done is they've added death barriers to certain spots. The most noticeable ones I saw today were on Resistance. I'm not sure if they fixed the very obvious one on C-Town. However, those death barriers were actually a good thing to a certain extent, because they were pretty tactical when playing. See, for example, if you're playing on Resistance and you get to those high spots where it's very difficult for the enemies to get to you, if you're playing Striker, it's not a good idea to sit there because, you know, they could throwing knife you very easily. However, if it was the 44 Magnum variation, they didn't have the throwing knives. All they could do was knife, and it made it kind of unfair. But now what they've decided to do is just give you no throwing knives as an infected player, and for survivors, they're giving you a much better advantage by having 2 first-tier perks. Now, I just want to say this first about throwing knives. I think it was a huge mistake, because ultimately it's going to be too easy to boost your KD through this, you know, community playlist. This is something, when I was saying how to make Infected an online game mode, I stressed the fact that it should be for fun, and this kind of takes the fun aspect out of it, because I know players are going to abuse this. It's really not, if you're using teamwork to get your kills, you know, that's fine. That's how it should be played, because it's not smart to go into this game mode without any tactics or strategy. But it is going to boost players' KDs in kind of an unfair way. I mean, players are running at you with only a knife, and granted, it does take some skill to knife. Well, actually, it does take a lot of skill to knife people now, but it's not going to take a lot of skill for the survivors. So, I don't know. Those are just my thoughts. If you guys want to leave your opinions on the throwing knife versus no throwing knife, you know, definitely leave a comment about that. However, I also want to talk about the Scavenger versus Sleight of Hand thing. I think this was a good addition. However, I think it would be a lot more fair if the infected player still had the throwing knife. That would balance it out, because ultimately it's a lot easier to take down the enemies. However, it's not as easy for them to take you down. It's a lot more difficult for them. See, if that guy had a throwing knife, I would have been toast. And here I get the Moab. I'm not exactly sure if he attack inserted there or if it was some other person. I wasn't paying attention at that point. I was, you know, kind of shaky, to be honest, because I wanted to get this gameplay. That's just how it is. But, you know, pretty lucky for my first game back on. I get a lot of kills with the MOAB, which was really nice because my other hard hat Moab, I didn't get any kills. I didn't even get to call it in. I had just gotten the 25 kill streak. So this was a lot, I don't know, it wasn't really, you know, that much better. However, I was a lot happier. Now about the death barriers, I think this was kind of a good thing, but, I don't know. And here, I get cheaply knifed, and then I didn't know there was only one player left. I thought there were two. However, I do manage to stab him at the end. Final score is 47-1. Let me know what your thoughts are about, the hot fixes made to the infected playlist, what you think about throwing knife versus no throwing knife, and, the 2 first-tier perks now. So, yeah, definitely leave some comments. Let me know what you think, and drop a like if you enjoyed the gameplay. And that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter for all of my YouTube channel updates and open lobby posts as well. Become a fan of Merc Music on Facebook by clicking the link in the description below. If you haven't already, feel free to subscribe to the channel for future videos that I will be releasing. And as always, guys, don't forget to check out the previous video by clicking the annotation on the screen or checking out the video response below. Thanks, guys.